What I saw dug its way through my eyes and buried itself in my brain. And then, everything went black. Gonna be honest, you are looking like you're in trouble here because you slept in Sayaka's room last night, but you have no real way of proving that. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at a huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before, and when I sat up, saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone I'd seen before. Oh, you're awake, finally, are you okay? Now's no time for sleeping, get your ass up. You were unconscious, dude, I had to carry you back here. Why did you have to carry me back here?
Well,
of all the strong people in this school, they give it to the weak psychicling. And it's no surprise considering what happened. What happened? Yeah. Are you okay? So it wasn't a dream. What I saw, it was real? Yes, that's right. It really did happen. Sayaka is dead. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body and then exploded out of me. I shot up and took off running. Oh, all those times talking to Sayaka are literally wasted. Hey, where do you think you're going? I have to see for myself. You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and irrevocably dead. No, I have to see for myself. Listen to us, man. What do you think's going to happen if you go out there?
What?
Well, what good is it going to do just sitting around here? I mean, why are we all hanging around at the gym at a time like this? Our friend, Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. When I said it like that, it finally hit me. I presume that's a knife from the kitchen. I realized she really was gone. None of us want to be here right now, either. Then why? Shouldn't it be obvious? Monokuma told us to all come here. Well, hold on, don't talk like that. We all protested it. I mean, we remember the terrible price Sayaka had to pay, but I'm the one who convinced him to come. Right now, we need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason. We don't need to make it any more sacrifices than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? Did you not listen to literally the sentence she said 2 sentences ago? It's obvious he's the one who killed Sayaka. I would never do that. If you can believe anything, you can believe that. You can't believe that, whatever. He's here again. Unless someone violates a school regulation, I absolutely will not interfere. I can promise you I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here. I'm famous at Safari Fox throughout the world for following the Bear Times 1 rule. Then who did it? Who killed her?
But...
You already know the answer. One of us did. There you go. Nobody had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka? Don't be stupid, that's... What's the matter? You guys all look like you're about to see a dove get shot up by a Gatling gun. Don't you remember what I told you when this all began? One of you decided to kill Sayaka so that you could graduate. Someone's just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that. You're lying, right? Of course he's lying, I'm telling you. He killed her. Nope, sorry. One of you is now a bona fide killer. If they wanted to, the one who did it could testify to that little fact. What? Without thinking, I looked around at everyone. They all had the same look on their faces. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Are you serious? Someone killed someone.
What is this?
It is amazing what some people are capable of. Hey, hold on. Don't just assume he's telling the truth. That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. If one of us did really kill her, that person gets to graduate from this high school, right? Huh? Don't play dumb. That's what you said, isn't it? If you kill someone, you get to leave. Yes. In fact, you didn't even need to ask that. All you had to do is look through your notebook. What a terrifying laugh. I'm definitely not laughing like that again. It's terrifying when his teeth show like that. Why are you laughing?
What?
It's 'cause... Naive. You're just so naive. You think it's really that easy? You can just kill someone and waltz on out of here? You're super naive, devilishly naive, hellishly naive. No, no, no. The real thing has just begun. The real thing? Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rule regarding graduation. Just like I explained before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even if you do that, there's still one more part of the agreement you have to uphold, remember? Rule number 6 of the school regulations, there's a trial. Come on, everyone knows there's trials in Danganronpa. It's fucking, like, legendary at this point. If you are the blackened that committed the murder, you can't be found out by the other students. That is what you are talking about, is it not? Is indeed. It's not enough to just kill someone, you have to actually get away with it, which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's been gotten away with. So a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin. Class trial? Yep, it'll begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the blackened who committed the murder. And they and the spotless students will all engage in one big debate showdown.
During the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about
who
you think the blackened is. And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue.
And if it's not the case, it's reverse.
However, if you choose poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive
roughly what I expected.
Punishment. Which, of course, means your school life will come to an end. As far as class trial rules go, that's all there is to it.
So, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? Well, to put it simply, it's execution.
What?
Which means that quite literally only one person can ever graduate from this school, which is a flaw when push comes to shove. And by execution, you mean...
Execution is execution.
Yeah, as in you die.
Execution. Electric chair. Bzz, bzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane.
A paper plane in a hurricane. Oh, you're so poetic, Monokuma. So, to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, then only they die. But if we get it wrong, all of us get executed? What a smart little chimpanzee you are. Look at you implying you didn't do it without actually saying it. So it's basically what the outside world calls a lay judge system. Or an inquisition type thing. It's definitely an inquisition type thing. Which means you'll be deciding who you think the killer is. But judge carefully because all your lives are on the line. Okay, let me just add the rule I just described to your handbook. Make sure to keep it in mind. Hold on a second.
Hey!
You're freaking insane, you know that?
What the hell are they talking about?
Huh? A class trial? What the hell is that? I don't want anything to do with it. Why not? What do you mean, why not? Why do I have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone? What are you saying? Are you saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits such blasphemy. What? Punishment? I might, I don't know, throw you in a deep, dark, scary prison or something. Say whatever you want. I'm not going to be part of this. Well, good luck, because you're going to die if you're not going to be. Someone is dead, Junko. We're going to have to deal with that at some point. So selfish.
Believe it!
You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want. It's got nothing to do with me. The evil standing here before me. I'm trembling with fear. But I won't give in to such evil. It's my style to stick it out and resist till the very end. His red eyes are literally glowing. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first. As he said that, he came charging at us, although it was more of a wobble. But then... fan service. Yeah, it's close. Did she just attack the schoolmaster? She attacked the
enjoying
headmaster.
yourself now?
Are you? Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed. You violated a school regulation. I invoke the mighty summon spell. Help to me, godly spirit.
Gunye. I don't know what this is, but I think it's going to end poorly. Ow. Did he actually just kill her? Holy shit. Unless they're not that deep, but her face would suggest that they look quite deep.
This wasn't supposed to.
You kicked him in the face.
Me.
Suddenly, right at the end, her eyes shoot wide open. And just like that, she never moved again.
No way!
Ow! Ow. I don't... This can't be for real. Well, I mean, he didn't warn you. No, I'm painfully aware of the great power and meaning of a promise. I really wanted to keep a corpse from popping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson after all. What an amazing promise! But now you guys understand, right?
Now you see
I
just
do.
how serious I am. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations.
Junko's body had been impaled with a bunch of spears. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. It was the first time I'd ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Nobody there could deny what they'd just seen. Junko, who until just a second ago had been our friend, was dead. She'd died, she'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being. It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all, just went and died. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world itself. This isn't some superhero comic, so it's not like when you die you didn't really die. This is reality. Yeah, I was sort of hoping that she might come back or something, but I guess she's the death to show that this is now really serious. Why did you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? I changed my mind. No, you've been wanting to kill this entire time. Kill this entire time? Don't be silly. You can't kill time. Or are you being metaphorical? Are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time? Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma! Anyway, none of that matters right now. I have something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Blackened. This little file has all the information I've gathered about the death in question. I'd like to call it...
It's the Monokuma file!
This is where evidence will go, let me guess. Naturally, you guys aren't experts in this kind of thing, so you can only do so much with a corpse. So instead, I've gathered up everything I know about the circumstances and cause of the death. What's that? How do I know the cause of the death, you ask? Because the surveillance cameras picked up the whole thing. I got to see it all go down. So you know who killed Sayaka. Well, I mean, if he didn't, the jury process would be very difficult. We'd just say who it is, and if we're wrong, it didn't matter, because we decide who's right and wrong. Of course I do. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial now, could I? That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting. Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while. And with that, Monokuma disappeared once again. He left us stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. He left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long, nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead was a huge shock, of course. A huge shock. He's reacting rather well to this, considering they've just died. But there was more to it than that. It was also the idea of one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we didn't find out who it was, we would all die here. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open suspicion. It was the worst situation imaginable. And yet, even in such a perversely terrible situation, she didn't show the slightest hint that it had gotten to her. Now's no time to wallow in your depression. The worst thing we can do right now is all lose faith in each other. So, no one is actively suspicious, is the problem here. It could have been anyone. Anyone could have rattled the door to try and get into Sayaka's room, and anyone could have done it to try and get into my room. So there's not really that much of a suspect, question mark? Like, you can't suspect anyone at the moment. I guess they're trying to like frame Kyoko because they're saying, oh, it didn't get to her, and maybe she just wanted out. That means it's not her. It's not this girl. Who's my hunch on? Right, so, I mean, obviously fucking no. 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 No, because he's been known for violence. Possibly. There was a lot of thrashing around. I don't think he'd be capable. Maybe. I mean, dead. No. Fairly strong enough. Possibly. No. No. Dead. Probably not. Alright, there we go. That's my conclusive list for now. Really narrows it down, doesn't it? That would lead to the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else. Cooperation is absolutely key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust is, of course, up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help. Saying stuff like that is just...
What the heck?
How many times have I told you? Anyone who can't adapt will die. Death is the only thing awaiting those who are unable or unwilling to adapt. If that happens, you only have yourself to blame. I mean, there are also two... Yeah, that's an awful thing to say, especially after what's happened. You could have a little more tact. Like, Christ. Right now, exposing the killer is the most important thing, because if we don't, we're all going to die here. He's right, we need to begin our search right away. Either way, we can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward. We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? There's no way in hell am I letting someone kill me. Alright, damn it, let's do this. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that sentiment. They were just using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right, we just have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. If that's what it takes to survive, then that's what we have to do. On top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I had to know why Sayaka had to die. Why she had to be the one. They probably meant to get you, and accidentally just got her instead. I'm terrified to find out, but still, I have to know. Otherwise, I knew I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this. None of you are going to say anything interesting, are you? I gently placed my hand on Junko's lightless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check after those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Hold on. Hold on. Just... Wait a second, she's dead? That means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever? It's really real. Hell no. Someone save me. Let me out of here. Somebody help me. You're just now accepting that? Yeah. It's a tad late. Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so nobody else can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed. In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, so we can let Mondo look after the scene. Maybe take a photo beforehand? Well, no, we can't just leave him there alone. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was thinking photo, but this also works. But why the hell not?
What?
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What? Fuck you! Fine, then I'll stay here on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Yeah, no one is messing with Sakura. We know that much. 2-player co-op based defense with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you. I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. Hold on, huh? Before we begin the investigation, is there something else we need to discuss? Oh yeah, there is. We're gonna find out who the killer is, because if we don't, we're all going to die here. Alright. Clearly not you. So you finally noticed. I was looking through the Monokuma file we received and noticed something very obvious and very unusual. Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm. Have you guys only just noticed that? Really? Well, she's right. Then could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling suspicions and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it? Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to the final decision. If we get this wrong, well, do I really have to say anything more? I'd rather you didn't.
Actually,
Everyone pray for good luck.
goodbye.
With that, Kyoko hurried out to the gym. I'll be going too.
Goodbye.
And just like Kyoko, he was gone before we realized it. Yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I'd better head to the scene of the crime. That's right. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now and they're thinking of trying to destroy that evidence, they'd better not let me find him. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious, I will fuck them up. That just means that you'll be on trial and we know who did the murder, like... letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura run off. But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know, and we're going to investigate a murder? How do we do something like that? You don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying? It was you. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! Don't come any closer, are you going to kill me next? Right, so we're in one of these scenarios where we know we didn't do it. But they're going to question us anyway. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Myoko's guilty yet. That's true, we may as well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help but investigate. Oh, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out. Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Well, hang on a second. Harsh? Alright, I guess I'd better be going. Wait, no, yeah, you have to hear me out! But it was pointless, everyone had already left. And their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? Because you are the most suspicious one here. I have to do something, otherwise everyone will...
Execution.
Yeah, you remember the phrase. It's fine. I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Mizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 AM. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of the death is a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also no injury to her right wrist. Oh, also a right. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. Okay, we have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find out the truth so that we all can survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Cool, so we've already read it. What's up? Is she gonna help investigate, Chihiro? But I can't leave Junko here. I feel so... It's probably Yunko, isn't it? Yunko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. And you? No way. I seriously don't want to die here. I'm begging you, God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me. I don't care who it is. Just get me out of here. Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. Okay, got it. Where's the first place I'm headed? First place I'm headed is the kitchen to check all the knives are there. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. Really? I want to go to the kitchen to see the knife. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I'd better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly. We swapped keys and gave it to her. When we switch rooms, we switch keys too, so Sayaka would have the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. In case you don't open the door, so whoever it was broke in. I'm saying that there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or opened it for any reason. Maybe she dropped the key and someone else grabbed it for something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. So how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Lock's not broken. How isn't the lock broken? No, I want to check if the lock's broken. See if someone's broken it or whatever. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does it mean it was used in the attack somehow? Plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself until now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off on parts of the blade. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you touch it just a little bit. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing?
No.
Isn't it obvious? No.
Why are we dressed up in all black? I don't get it. It's like we'd heard of emos, but heard they only like black to move from there. Okay.
I'm searching.
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. Is she going to tell me? Oh, for God's sake, okay. Was there a reaction somewhere?
I'm searching. Did you
Nope,
lose
she's just looking for something. She'll probably tell us afterwards. Is our toolkit still in here? Yeah, okay. I can't even imagine a situation where I'd need a toolkit like this. Seriously. Oh, Pondo.
Yo.
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, alright? So you haven't used yours either then? Not just me, nobody's busted theirs as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday. None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because like, why the hell would we? Alright, anything else I can look at? Oh my god. That was a lot of things. So there's the sheath over here. This is the replica sword I brought back. This means it was used in the attack somehow. There's some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in that first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. And if you're going to attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. You could just slide off. You'd slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? Because someone tried to attack her and she used the sword as defense, I imagine. There's something behind him? Behind her, really? So you can't look at this table, which has been upturned. Alright, let's just talk to you. Like, do you think I'm guilty too? I'm trying to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Great. You know, I realized something when I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms. They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Dirty bastard.
You son of a bitch!
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother told me. If I ever find the son of a bitch, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it was a girl that did it? That's all gonna get sorted out when the time comes. There are scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? You're a genius, mate. You're a fucking genius. So, the thing that I'm seeing is the attacker went for her. She grabbed the sword as self-defense. And then the sheath came off, rendering the sword fairly useless, knocked out of her hands, and then she was killed in the bathroom. Looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. I was right there in the other room. If only I'd heard something. That would have not been possible. Wait. It's soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you and you'd no way you could know. Perhaps this was another Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for a murder. Evidence of a struggle has been added. I should look around here first. I can check. Oh, for fuck's sake! What's remaining? Oh, right, the bed. There are gouges in my bed, like someone attacked it. What the hell happened here? Where else is there left? Camera. This thing. The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's going to be relevant right now. All right, so where is? Oh, scratch marks on the floor. There's scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. My rooms are completely soundproof. Yeah, we already have this.
Well.
Oh, this is the display I thought the stand was on. There's something here, apparently. No, there's not, I lied. Can't even look in the trash bin. Oh, now you're fucking 2D. I can't think there's many things more to look at. Mastermind must have been using it to keep an eye on everything that's happening here. They don't do anything to stop what's happening, they just keep on watching. Now can I go inside? Oh, for God's sake. Alright, what am I missing? Left or right? The lint roller. Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. So I can see how dirty my room was and decide to clean up a little. Okay, left or right. So we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. Scratches, gouges. We talk to you, we talk to you, we talk to there. Alright, this is something we haven't done. Right, now it's showing the school crest. Right, we've looked at fucking everything, right? Surely. Oh my god, what am I missing? Do I talk to you now? Hey, Kyoko. Do I now get, like, an option here?
What are you... Isn't it obvious? No, I'm searching.
Expecting... Lose
Did you lose a
contact. Ah, finally, okay. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said, "Are you a clean freak?"
Listen.
No, I don't think so. But nodding, she glanced around my room one more time. Interesting. What's interesting?
I see.
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. What, that she cleaned up beforehand? I searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find a single strand of hair. Really? Not one hair from the victim, not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mentioned it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to... Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer? It's the question, isn't it?
Well...
Probably the killer, if there's no hairs in there. No, not even the killer's. Now let's go in. The bathroom on the other side of this door. Dawn, I believe you can go in. Looking pretty painful still. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her, her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up, I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. So there's only two things we can look at. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw... Oh, right, okay, it's a code. I thought it said LE. Alright, 11037. Written in blood were the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? I told myself I couldn't simply face what I saw, but now's no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object had been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get that? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something glittery on her wrist too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something that definitely concerns me. It's the sword. Another thing that concerns me is there's some blood on her left index finger, that's it. The palms of both her hands are completely spotless, so how come only her left finger? The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. You know, it'd be a lot easier if we had, like, fingerprints, DNA testing, that sort of stuff, you know? If we had this at the trial, we wouldn't need evidence. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Alright, so that's that, right? I need to go to the kitchen. Looks like you found it, right? Okay. The bloody numbers, that's most likely Sayaka's dying message. Something the victim writes before they die. Generally, whoever writes it doesn't make it totally obvious. They'll either write somewhere the killer wouldn't notice, or try to write it out in code or something. Pretty incredible. I have not heard of Ellery Queen. Fuck you. Right, now I can leave. Fine. Something I had noticed when going back and playing these is you get the reactions, but the story doesn't actually progress unless you react, so it's fairly pointless. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with life itself. Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what did they mean? I have no idea what they could possibly mean. The way she wrote the numbers makes me think that she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting in the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? Oh, did she? How did she only manage to cut her finger? Unless the struggle was in here and she dragged herself into the bathroom, but then there's no blood droplets along the way. So she managed to use something to cut her finger when she was in the bathroom? The result? Think about it. You're not going to tell me? You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself, otherwise the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. It sounds like Kayako knows what Sayaka's dying message means, but honestly I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who's better than the ultimate programmer? There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't quite fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, right? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. You'll see right away what I'm talking about. Huh? The doorknob. I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Okay, so I have to look at it, presumably. What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. It means it was probably bashed in then. Why is it like this? Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone do that? I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girl's bathroom can lock, right? But she stood in there for a while, lost in thought, then apparently struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me. I just have one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anybody about that? Sayaka Monokuma! I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I get the sense she was really starting to get into all this. Right, so the doorknob was smashed trying to get in, and they couldn't get in. She cut her finger on the knife slightly. So she was stabbed out here and then she got into the bathroom and locked herself in. Makes sense. And that clears that up, huh? Clears what up? See you later.
Goodbye.
As if forgetting I was even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given up my room a good once over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start by looking where the murder weapon might have come from, and also I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was on the video. And on top of that, I'm sure there were some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is. Right, well I guess next episode we're going to charge to the kitchen, because that's definitely where the murder came from. Hypothesis so far, there's a struggle out here. At some point we're going to find someone with gold on them. And that will almost certainly be our killer, unless we find it too early, which means that they're being framed. So there was a struggle. She was stabbed in here. Then she got into the bathroom. She knew she had some time to write down the code behind her. And eventually the dude got in, but he needed to use the screwdriver. My toolkit is intact. So there'll also be a screwdriver, I imagine, missing from whomever's toolkit there is. Okay. That's enough hypothesizing for now. That's vaguely what I think's gone on, but I think that's been very easy to infer from now. Now it's just the who did it, and I mean, at this point, fuck knows.